Imagine you're in a football game. We have the ball. We're down by 7 points. We on the 50-yard line going into halftime. There's 1 minute and 32 seconds. The clock is ticking down, and it's time to make a crucial play. So how do the pros get ready? Well, they huddle up. In a football huddle, every player is laser focused on the next move and the next play. That's your daily scrum in action. I'm Grand Scrum Master Scott, and welcome to Scrumcademy's football series, where today we dive into how the daily scrum is like that critical huddle, aligning every player daily to secure a win in the Agile game. Agile athletes. We're stepping into the line of scrimmage of Agile methodology, aka the daily scrum. Just like a football team gathers in a huddle to quickly share plays and strategies, the daily scrum brings your team together daily to sync up on progress and tackle obstacles. It's all about setting the pace, ensuring clarity, and maintaining momentum to the goal line. Let's harness the power of this effective, well-coordinated daily huddle to set your team up for daily victories, keeping you agile and focused and driving toward that end zone each and every single day. Before I begin, I want to know, did you read or listen to the Scrum Guide today? If not, definitely do that. Also, I want to give you some more homework before we dive into today. I want you to listen to the first 2 videos of Scrumcademy. The first video is on the Scrum Guide, where I do a commentary, and the second video is all about the Scrum framework so that you understand that very, very clearly. So as you go through those 2 videos and as you come back to this series, everything will come together for you so that you can run these plays in the workplace, in your personal place, whatever that place may be like for you, so that you can become legendary, whether you're using this framework for a company or whether you're using it in your personal life. Several videos on that. Now that we've got the Scrum Guide out of the way, because that is our single source of truth, that is our starting point of what we're talking about here, let's begin with the purpose of the daily huddle, aka daily scrum. Much like a quarterback briefing the team on the next set of plays, the daily scrum is where you and your team reviews progress towards the sprint goal. It is a critical checkpoint that is designed to update each team member what was accomplished since our last meeting, what will be done before our next one, and what obstacles might be standing in your way. Well, as the Scrum Master on the team, if you hear somebody talk about an obstacle, of course you want to deep dive into that. Okay, why is that obstacle standing in your way? I'm thinking about my tackle. What if my tackle is a little bit smaller than the tackle on the other side? So maybe I need to recommend in the huddle that the tackle and the guard double team that tackle or double team that linebacker to move them out of the doggone way so that we can do what? To get this first down, so that we can continue traveling down this path of scoring a touchdown. That's the first step. Okay, we got to move people out of the way so that we can execute our plays. Now, one thing I want to highlight about the daily huddle is it is very, very quick. In your daily scrums, are you keeping it concise? In football, huddles are very, very quick. We gather the play, make sure everyone's on the same page, and then we're going to count down 1, 2, ready, break. And then we all go to our respective positions, knowing clearly what we need to do to execute that play so that we can get a first down or to get a touchdown. Either way, depending upon what we talked about in the huddle. After that 1, 2, ready, break, your daily scrum should be equally efficient. Strictly time boxed to 15 minutes or less according to the Scrum Guide. Focus solely on updates and adjustments with longer discussions taken offline, perhaps doing time out. Let's talk about some strategies for an effective huddle. Effective huddles or daily scrums are all about precision and focus. Each update is quick and on point. This isn't the time for lengthy discussion. Those can be taken offline or in football at the timeout. Like a well-coached team, your team should leave the huddle with a clear understanding of the next steps. Now that brings me to my second point. If you have never been into a huddle, what does that feel like? What does that sound like? What is that like being in the huddle? Well, I've been in a lot of huddles in my life, and it's a lot of noise. It's a lot of chaos going on. I remember when I was quarterbacking, I remember being in a huddle one time. I'm talking to my guards and my tackles like, look, y'all, I'm spending more time on my ass than on my feet. What's going on? What's the deal? I'm just overpowered by the other team. I get it. Knowing that bit of information helped me to call a particular play that will keep me on my feet versus on my behind. What else you might hear in a huddle that you don't see on TV? Let's say one of my first screen players got hurt, guard, tackle, receiver, whatever. And so now we're in the second screen or the third screen. They not as proficient as the first group of people. They got jitters and they got butterflies in their stomach. They on the big stage and they're a little bit nervous the first time they've been in the game. And let's say we 2 or 3 games into our season, they come in the game, they're a little bit nervous. So we're talking about that. Here's a scenario for you. So let's say we have ran 2 plays and you are my receiver. I have thrown you the ball twice and you have missed both catches. I mean, I threw it, hit you dead in the chest and you didn't catch the pass. I mean, come on here, man. What's going on? I am not saying nice words to you in the huddle. Come on here, man. Catch the doggone ball. Well, you threw it too high. You threw it too low. You threw it too wide. Why don't give a flip? Catch it any doggone way. Fly like an eagle, baby. Get that ball. We got the score. Yeah, so all those are very, very fast conversations that we in each other's faces, making sure that everybody's doing their assigned tasks. Everybody got to be on point to do their thing to make sure the play is executed. We got 11 people on the field to execute the play. And everybody has to do their job. So in the huddle, I'm trying to identify the weaknesses that we might have. Call them, hey, man, what's going on with you? And I'll let them know what I'm saying. That safety is killing you. What's going on? Okay, instead of going 10 yards and cutting back in, why don't you go 15 and cut out? Oh, that's a good idea. Now, here's another thing I want you to know. That a lot of times in my football career, that when we have a delay of game, it's because that second screen person or that third screen person has came in to fill in for one of our first screen person who got hurt at some point in time during the game, and they're not real clear on their assignment. Now, I'll say that again. They're not real clear on their assignments. They don't understand the plays. Is the huddle the time to talk about that? No. Is timeout time to talk about that? No. What time would you think is the best time to talk about a person not knowing the plays? That's right. We talked about that in the last video, right? That would be backlog refinement. That would be practice. I also want to make the case again that if your team is not doing backlog refinement, I will make a strong case for your team to do backlog refinement, because that's like me practicing before game day so that when we get to game day, we practice this play so much and we have a good idea of how it's supposed to go. Never will go perfect, but we all have a specific assignments that we need to do. And if everybody do their assignments on time as we practice, then our probability of success is much, much greater than if they do not. So we even having those kind of conversations in the huddle. Again, all these conversations going on quick, fast. And oftentimes we so heated with each other that sometimes we go over the few seconds allotted for the huddle. Then what is that called? Then what happens? Well, that's when we get a delay of game. Have you ever had a daily scrum that went over the 15-minute time box? If not, you will. In football, that is a penalty. In scrum, that should also be a penalty. Because now, as a scrum master, you got to put on your referee hat and say, hey, we're not playing by the rules of the scrum guide. Daily scrum is 15 minutes. Let's talk about the role of team members. Every player in the huddle has a role and knows their assignment. If not, why don't they know it? Similarly, in Daily Scrum, each team member shares their updates, focusing on how their work contributes to the sprint goal and highlighting any assistance they need to execute their task. What about facilitating effective huddles? Great huddles are dynamic and involves everyone. Encourage all team members to speak quickly about their tasks and blockers. The Scrum Master, like the offensive coordinator coach on the sidelines, ensures the discussion remains goal-oriented and help remove any impediments identified from the sidelines. Yeah, I'm here. Hey, delay of game. Yeah, I know, yeah. Too late. Got a penalty. Because one of the team members didn't know the assignments for the particular play that was called. They didn't have a clue. So now the product owner on the field has to articulate, help them to understand the requirement. Oh, I need you to do this and do that. Oh, just do this. Okay. Now, when we're talking about facilitating, the question to you is, how do you engage the quiet players? How do you engage the quiet team members on your squad? Just as a coach encourages quiet players to speak up during a huddle, your Scrum Master can facilitate engagement from all team members, ensuring diverse input and collaborative problem solving. Not sure how to do this? Register for my next facilitation class for advanced strategies and techniques on how to become a legendary facilitator. As we close our playbook on the Daily Scrum as the Huddle, remember the significance of syncing daily. This isn't just another meeting, it's your team's daily opportunity to align, adjust, and affirm commitments to the sprint goal. Implement the strategies discussed today to optimize your daily scrum, ensuring it drives your team efficiently towards the end zone. Just like in football, good communication in your daily huddle can make the difference between a good play and a game-winning touchdown. Thank you for joining us today at Scrumcademy Scrum Football Series. If you're finding these insights useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that doggone notification bell for more on transforming your team into agile champions. Dive deeper into your Scrum journey, stay agile, and continue to score big in your projects. Check out our previous episodes for more on mastering each aspect of Scrum, and join us next time as we tackle another critical play in your Scrum playbook. Until then, keep your huddles tight, your actions aligned, and lead your team to victory. And as always, be agile, do Scrum, and be super duper legendary. I will see you right now in the previous video.